Finally, there's been more than like 2 cards announced for the upcoming EX-01 set. And that means I can finally make a meaningful video about them. Because I'm definitely not someone who can make an 11-minute video over one card announcement. I'm just kidding. Anyways, before we get into the video, I do want to remind everybody that if you haven't had a chance to cast your vote on which design is going to be on my upcoming playmat, here they are on the screen. Just leave me your choice in the comment section down below. Also, the Bushy Agumon playmats are still available for pre-order. The link to that is in the description, so act fast because this round of pre-orders closes at the end of July. First up, we have the first ever revealed card for the set, metalgarurumon. It's a blue, 11 cost to play, 4 to evolve with 12,000 DP and 2 effects. Its first effect, when digivolving, gain 1 memory for every 4 cards in your hand. The second effect, when attacking, when you have 8 or more cards in your hand, if you have a Tamer in play, return one of your opponent's Digimon with an on-deletion effect to the bottom of their deck, trashing all Digivolution sources. Now the first effect's pretty good actually, and basically helps pay for its own evolution. But the second effect is really specific, requiring not only having 8 cards in your hand, but also a Tamer on the field. And then you get the really specific effect of deleting a Digimon with an on-deletion effect. Although, that does allow you to delete some pretty powerful Digimon, like Omnimon Zwart D and Chaosmon Valderarm, as well as big hits from BT4 and the ever-popular Millenniummon. So this could be a very powerful card against specific decks. The next card revealed was Angewomon, a yellow 8 cost to play, 3 to evolve with 7,000 DP and both an inheritable and non-inheritable effect. Her non-inheritable effect, when attacking, when you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3,000 DP for the turn. The inheritable effect is on your turn, once per turn, when a card is added to your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. So the first effect is pretty standard yellow, 3 or more / 3 or less security type effect that we've come to expect, coupled with standard yellow DP reduction. But the inheritable effect is triggered when a card is added to your stack, meaning this Angewomon is pretty much only suited for recovery decks, which haven't really seen a whole lot of main stage play. After Angewomon, we get to see the new Agumon card, but I'm actually going to talk about this one a little bit later because Agumon's entire line was actually revealed in full just yesterday, so I think it would be better to cover them together. In that same shot, on another page, is Leomon. He's a yellow, 5 cost to play, 2 to evolve with 5,000 DP and a security effect, where at the end of the battle, if your security is 3 or less, trigger recovery 1. So basically, he's a security Digimon that can essentially negate the security check if you're already at 3 or less security cards, which is actually pretty cool and kind of goes along with the Angewomon card in a recovery type deck. Below Leomon we have Veemon, still rocking as a blue Digimon, 3 cost to play, 0 to evolve with 2,000 DP and an inheritable effect. On your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon unsuspends during the main phase, gain 1 memory. This is nothing new or exciting really, it fits right in along with the previous cards from the same archetype, like the previous Veemon and Digimon from BT2, because its evolutions, like Veedramon and Ulforce Veedramon, have effects for being able to unsuspend themselves. On a shot of another couple pages, we have Myotismon and Infermon. Myotismon is purple, of course, 8 cost to play, 3 to evolve with 7,000 DP. It has an inheritable and non-inheritable effect as well. The non-inheritable effect, on your turn when this Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Myotismon in the name from your hand, reduce the memory cost of the evolution by 1. Its inheritable effect is, when this Digimon has Myotismon in its name, all of your Digimon with retaliation can attack your opponent's level 4 or lower unsuspended Digimon. Now that is just cool. As if retaliation wasn't already a scary threat to make your opponent think twice about attacking or blocking with a Digimon for fear of losing it to a retaliation crash. With this Myotismon, if they're level 4 or lower, they're pretty much free game. Infermon is a black 8 play cost, 3 to evolve with 7,000 DP. It too has both an inheritable and non-inheritable effect. The non-inheritable effect, on your opponent's turn, once per turn, when your opponent evolves into a level 5 or higher Digimon, gain 1 memory. Its inheritable effect, this Digimon, and all of your Digimon with the same name as it, gain 2000 DP. So basically pretty standard Diaboromon type effects. So it looks like alongside the Imperial Dramon support, we're also getting Myotismon and Diaboromon support cards as well. Okay, on the page next to that, we see a new Quaggamon card as well as a goofy looking kid. The Quaggamon card is a green, 5 cost to play, 2 to evolve with 5000 DP and both an inheritable and non-inheritable effect. At the start of your turn, choose one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less and suspend it. The inheritable effect, on your turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, choose one of your opponent's Digimon who is suspended and it cannot unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase. Yeah, pretty standard green shenanigans right there. Now, the goofy looking kid is actually a new Tamer card for the set, being called Analog Boy here, and I'm pretty sure he's the kid from the first Digimon World video game back on the PS1. He's a 2-cost white Tamer with the on-play effect to reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck and add any 1 Digimon card from among them to your hand. Then, trash the remaining cards. Its second effect, on all turns, when your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution sources is deleted, suspend this Tamer and gain 1 memory. And, if your nursery is empty, you may hatch a Digitama in your raising area. It also has the standard security effect to play the Tamer for free to your battle area. Honestly, it's a pretty decent, very generic Tamer card that could literally fit into any deck. Its strong point being the searching skill. Alright, as mentioned before, we still need to take a look at the new Agumon card as well as all of its evolutions. But before we get into them, if you're enjoying the video, please smack that like button for me to help spread the video around to others who might enjoy it. And while you're down there, consider hitting the subscribe button too, so you don't miss out on any new videos I upload. The best way to do that is to also turn on the notification bell as well. Also, I want to remind everyone that I do have a Patreon, where all new members get their name shouted out in a video after signing up, as well as their name will appear at the end of every video for as long as they're members. All members also get exclusive early access to special videos like my upcoming History of the Digimon TCG video series, as well as access to exclusive Patreon member only giveaways down the line. Also, rookie tier and higher will receive one of these custom metal memory counters featuring Agumon and Gabumon. So if any of that sounds like something you'd be interested in, head over to patreon.com/TamerJustin to sign up. Alright, of course, first up is Agumon. 3 cost to play, 0 to evolve with 2000 DP, and an inheritable effect. When attacking, once per turn, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add a Tamer card or Digimon with Agumon in its name to your hand. Put the remaining cards in the bottom of your deck in any order. The inheritable effect is basically an upgraded version of BT1's on-play effect to add a Tamer to your hand, but it also allows you to add another Agumon, and it's when attacking, which means it can be triggered multiple times over multiple turns instead of just once. Another cool announcement that came along with this new Agumon card is its alt art version featuring full design, reminiscent of the original Hyper Colosseum card game from the 90s. It's also been announced that this set will feature the largest number of alt art cards released to date, so Agumon definitely isn't the only one. Next up is the new Greymon card, a 5 cost to play, 2 to evolve with 5000 DP and an inheritable effect. When attacking, once per turn, you may play a Tai Kamiya Tamer card with 3 cost or lower from your hand without paying its memory cost. Well, of course, if the Agumon searches out the Tamer, then the Greymon helps you play it. Of course, it is a 3 cost or lower tie, which means the usual 4 cost tie that sets your memory to 3 every turn is out. But it does mean you can play the new tie from BT6 that gives you a memory and draw 1 every time you move an Agumon or Greymon from the raising area, as well as allows you to digivolve into Agumon Bond of Courage. But honestly, I feel like we might see another Tai Tamer card in this new set. The reason I think this is because in the past, when we got a card that had to do with a Tamer with specified costs, we ended up with Tamers that fit that bill in the set, like with Eosmon from BT6, where it specified a white 4-cost Tamer. Sure, that means you could play Nokia Shiramine or Takumi Aiba, or even the Tai and Mat duo. but what it was meant for was for Manoa Bellucci, which was also released in BT6 with the Eosmon archetype. In this case, we're seeing Greymon specify a tie card with 3 or less cost, and it could just be the tie from BT6, but it could also be a new tie card for this new set. And they did already announce one Tamer for the EX-01, and when have they ever just had one Tamer in a set? Of course, after Greymon comes metalgarurumon. 7 cost to play, 3 to evolve from either red or black, which is cool. It also has 7000 DP, and its effect is when this Digimon attacks a player, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. It also has an inheritable effect on your turn. While this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin type, this Digimon gains Piercing. Of course, this is meant for the wargreymon, but can work with other Dragonkin like any of the other red wargreymon, Victory Greymon, and random Digimon like Dorbicmon and Magna Kidmon. Now, while it does state Machine type, technically the only red Machine type Digimon we've seen is Breakdramon. But Breakdramon already has Piercing, so it would be a massive waste of effect on him. Also, until these are properly translated, it's hard to say if it means specifically Machine type, or if it means Machine in its type, which mean 2 different things. If it is a Machine type, then it would have to be a Digimon whose type just says Machine, like Machinedramon. But if it says Machine in its type, then Breakdramon being a Machine Dragon would be just fine. Either way, metalgarurumon effect really only works for the Dragonkin types. The last card we have to cover today is wargreymon. A 12 cost to play, 4 to evolve with 12,000 DP, and he's the newest addition to the list of Digimon with the advanced skill. He also has a when attacking effect. When this Digimon attacks your opponent and you have a Tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker. And I gotta say, that's pretty awesome. If you have a full Agumon evolution line under wargreymon, then getting a Tamer on the field shouldn't be that hard. And not only do you get to delete a blocker, you also have Piercing just in case they have another blocker or a suspended Digimon you want to help them clear off the field for them. And the Agumon line from this set makes other wargreymon even better, like the starter wargreymon, who gets security attack +1 for every 2 Digivolution sources, so he'd end up with 2 extra security attacks and Piercing. Honestly, the metalgarurumon by itself would be a great addition to any red wargreymon OTK decks. And that covers it for all of the revealed cards so far. The set is still scheduled to release in Japan at the end of July, and elsewhere in December. There are still plenty more cards for them to reveal, and we still haven't even seen the promised Imperial Dramon support cards, so stay tuned because they'll probably be dropping cards any day now. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay amazing, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!